So welcome back everybody, and I'm Anthony if this is your first time at the channel. Otherwise, welcome back. And today we're going to talk about how to breathe in yoga postures. So there's a few things that can really help. In my experience, breathing is the most important aspect of the posture and of the practice, really, besides meditation of course, but even then there's breath involved, okay? So prioritize the breath. That's what we're going to talk about today. So a few tips, some things that have helped me, some mistakes that I've made, things like that. So let's begin. First thing, very simple thing to remember, very simple rule you can go by. Of course, there's no rules that are always 100% for everything. But inhaling when you're opening and exhaling when you're closing. Simple thing, right? This, I've been injured before inhaling before I knew much about the breath. Inhaling, folding forward or compressing or something like that, it's easy to cause injury around or stretching muscles and pulling muscles around your ribs and things like that in your back. And I'm sure it's not too good for the lungs either, right? So inhaling, opening. If you're back bending, you're opening your chest. This refers to your abdomen where you're breathing, right? Your diaphragm, the back of the body doesn't expand as much as the front, right? So inhaling, whenever the front of the body is opening. If you're back bending, if you're coming up from a posture, so it's relative, right? If you're folded forward, you're not back bending technically, but you're coming up from the posture. So you're inhaling when you're creating space in the front of your body. You can look at it that way. Okay? Exhaling when you're closing the space or reducing the space in the front of your body, when you're compressing the front of your body. Okay? So exhaling, folding forward, exhaling, twisting, right? Compressing the abdomen, inhaling when you're coming out of the twist, and inhaling when you're coming up from the stretch, inhaling when you're back bending. And there's always exceptions to this, it depends who you're talking to, but I say experiment for yourself. There are some things that, there are some postures and some movements that there's some disagreement on these things. So what I suggest is don't listen to anybody else, because they're all just opinions anyway. It's what works for them. You look at your body, feeling your body, and find out, is an inhale or exhale feel right for my body here? Is it creating less stress in my body, less tension, And is it more easeful, the stretch more easeful, posture more easeful, movement more easeful? The second thing is, when you're breathing, your awareness is in your body. Feel the movement of your breath in your body, one thing, right? Second thing is try to keep your breath in your body. Now, if this makes sense, your head is part of your body, but keep your breath below your neck, right? So what I mean by that is the pressure from the breathing. So when you inhale, keep the pressure from that expansion of your body down below your neck, right? This is something, it's a sensation, you have to feel this, but I've felt it a lot myself, and it took me a while to learn how to watch for this, because I would get headaches sometimes. Okay? The pressure from your breath should never go up to your head. That means you're over inhaling. Okay? Inhale to a comfortable amount, and that's the third thing I like to mention, is that your breath is a full breath, right? It's a 3-part breath. I'll put the links for these breathing practices in the comments, so you can see them there and refer to them if you want. It's a 3-part breath, so that means your diaphragm, right? Below your rib cage, sides of your abdomen, front of your abdomen, muscles on the sides of your spine and your back, expanding like a balloon, evenly, even down towards your navel, right? Like a balloon. Then second part is ribs out to the sides and up towards your armpits a bit, like bucket handles, right? They move like that. The third part is your chest, right? Which is usually the smallest part, but it involves your back, right? Softening between your shoulder blades, your neck, your shoulders, sides of your neck, your collarbones, right? Softening. So a 3-part breath, but somewhere comfortable between a full breath and a natural breath, right? It should still be natural, so no over inhaling where you feel any pressure in your head. It should never go up to your head. Stay down in your body. It should complement the stretch, right? Rather than be something that's effortful. In yoga, there's no effort. It's very soft, okay? So if there's effort, if there's strain, ever, tension, tightness, pushing, force, right? No pain, no gain only has a place in weightlifting or whatever that is. And I also don't even think it's conducive there, right? It's probably better to weightlift very mindfully and controlled, and then it's actually functional strength, right? So no pain, no gain doesn't apply here, right? Focus on it's not more. It's not the more you push yourself, the more benefit you get. Actually, that will be counterproductive to healing, right? To feeling better, to making progress. It's counterproductive. You'll make more progress if you are soft, right? Aware, calm, relaxed, and be aware of everything that's going on, the sensations, comfortable breath, right? Your body absorbs much more energy when you're soft in your lungs, and your lungs feel soft. So that's something that you'll feel eventually, but it's softness inside. So don't inhale to the point where your body starts to tense up and resist. It's not about the biggest breath, right? Not a competition. It's not the biggest lungs, the biggest breath. It's just a full breath and comfortable, long, smooth breaths. Let your body breathe, right? Don't try to speed the breath up, slow it down. Just let your body breathe, right? There's no time limit, there's no pace. It's better to hold the posture for a couple of breaths and with good breaths, because you'll see a few long, smooth, calm breaths completely bring you down, soften to the present, right? To what you're doing, and relax your mind. And that alone is the biggest benefit, I think, even more beneficial than the physical stuff. So as we said, full but natural breath, right? Never over inhale, never over exhale. Opening when you inhale, closing when you exhale, compressing when you exhale, and opening, making space when you inhale. Another thing that I would like to share with you is the Ujjayi breath. I have a video on this. I'll put a link to it in the description. I believe I have a link to it. If I don't, it's just a gentle constriction in your throat. And it's just a soft sound, like. So it's relaxing just to do it one time, right? So you can use that throughout your practice. You don't have to. The tendency usually when you first start doing the Ujjayi breath, the tendency I see in others and in myself is to over tighten, right? You're trying to make the sound super loud and be able to hear it. You're not used to making that sound, so you make it very tight and very loud, right? But again, just like everything in yoga, it's soft. Everything is soft, right? So eventually, your Ujjayi breath, that sound becomes so soft that only you can hear it, that even not even hear it, but just feel it, right? You don't even have to hear it. You'll hear it inside yourself, but other people won't be able to hear it, right? So make it as soft as you can. Keep working on making it soft, softer, softer, right? You don't want to create a habit of tension in your throat, right? You want to have soft muscles. So just so you can hear your own breath. And it's so relaxing, such a good breath to do even by itself. So something that might help you with these full breaths, not over inhaling, and all the tips that we've just gone through, is before you start practicing, always sit down and take a few full breaths, like 3-part breaths, your abdomen, your ribs, and your chest, just like we just talked about, and I'll give you the video link in the description so you can look at that. Okay? This is, in my opinion, the most important part of the physical practice of yoga, the postures. The breath is what causes or helps with the healing, and it's what makes the postures beneficial or just on a physical level. It's that separation between just in the body or the body and the mind and the soul and everything, whatever you want to say about it, the energy, whatever. And it's the separation between that, right? It really makes it conducive to the deeper aspects of yoga. So whatever you're interested in, it'll help you heal more, it'll calm your mind, and it'll help you focus on the body, softening, relaxing, so the muscles can stretch more. Okay, it'll also help you and give you something to focus on while you're holding the postures to build up endurance, things like that. So if you have any questions about these types of breathing or how to breathe in the posture or certain postures, should I be inhaling or exhaling here, then I suggest first experiment with yourself, see if you can answer your own question. And if you can't, then feel free to ask me and I'll tell you what works for me. If I can answer, I'll help you. If not, then I'll tell you I don't know. Okay. So thank you for joining me and see you next time.